Yeah, what up, man? The Triple B right here, beast. Boxing Basement. Remember to like. Why? To protect the channel. Because there are disgusting haters out there, bitter people, miserable, yeah, with small dick energy who try and attack the Corey channel. Anyway, so the fight tonight. Yeah, the fight tonight. This is Saturday. We're talking about. What is it? February? Was it the 8th or something? I don't know. 10th of February. Excuse me. The 10th of February, right? And we got a good fight. Now this has been delayed, so I already did an actual preview of this when it was meant to happen. I think back in December. We're talking about Liam Williams, who's Hamza Sheeraz. Sheeraz is the big Asian hope of fish eyes. Okay. And we're fighting for the Commonwealth title here, a.k.a. the Battyman's title. I don't know what time the Commonwealth decided, because they used to have a cup, right? Commonwealth, yeah, as a pro, they didn't used to give out a belt. They gave you a cup, which was a bit weird, because that's usually an amateur's thing, right? And I remember Lloyd Hannigan, I just remember this picture of me. He won a fight for the Commonwealth title, and he put it on his head. He put the cup on his head. I think it might even have been, I don't know if it's the same one, but later on he got attacked by, some guy attacked him with a hammer. Was it something like Asian Kuru or something? I can't remember. He got attacked with or Darren Dye or something like that. Someone tell me, man. My memory is fading a bit, man. It's kind of weird, the last 6 months. But, yeah, you got someone attacked him with a hammer in the change room afterwards. Anyway, this is about Liam Williams vs Hamza Sheeraz for the Battyman title. Like I said, I don't know, they went from being a cup, the Commonwealth, to a belt with the Batman colours in it. Well, there shouldn't be Batman colours. It should be just rainbow. But it's a bit odd anyway. I don't know what it's got to do with boxing. So, I did a preview of this before. And they're fighting at the Copper Box. And it's delayed. Shiraz had some ear problem. It was meant to be, I think, in December. But we have it this weekend, today, as I said. And you know, it's a good fight. It's a classic up-and-coming, prospect vs the possibly slightly faded veteran. It's who they want to win. Okay, Hamza Sheeraz. They want to make him a big star. He's done some modeling. He's quite good looking, especially for a man of Pakistani origin. Although what's her name? Princess Diana would probably love him. Princess Diana, that sket. She's dead now, but she had a little ting. I remember once quoted, she goes, "Pakistani men are so handsome." I'm like, well, they mostly look like, like mud beans. But no disrespect to Pakistani guys, by the way. But Shiraz and Azim. Both seem, quite handsome. No homo, no doubt. Princess Diana would be doing flips. I mean, she didn't only like men of Pakistani origin. She had the doctor guy, and then Dodi, who's very ugly but was Egyptian, and then she also had the ginger guy, who's the alleged father of Prince Harry. So and then she had the ugly guy with jug-eared Prince Charles. So I think she slung her pum pum just about anywhere. But yeah, she'd definitely be interested in Hamza Sheeraz. But so he's the prospect. He's like between 6'3" and 6'4", depending. Liam Williams is apparently 5'10", although he looks like a midget next to Sheeraz. And he got that kind of Welsh look. I mean, he's not ugly or anything. He's got sticking out ears, but he got that tough sort of short-legged Welsh look. But he's got that kind of ting where he's always he's like Tourette's or whatever. Blinking a lot and. He intimidated. He was meant to fight Ahmed Patterson. I don't know if you remember the guy called Patterson. He was a bit of a prospect. He's unbeaten. And he claimed he got attacked in the streets. And he claimed for no reason the guy attacked him with a brick. And it was ridiculous. The bruise was under his eye. And he claimed it ruined his boxing career. He went to Moorfield Hospital. All lies, by the way. He bottled it against Liam Williams because you could see it. He looked at Williams and he was like freaked out. And he's come back recently, Patterson. This guy Patterson. He's too old now, and he wasted his career because he bottled it against Liam Williams. Liam Williams is quite a frightening guy. But he's been pulled down a few steps, mainly by Chris Eubank Jr., who dropped him 4 times, including with a jab, which is a real surprise to me. Williams looks like the kind of guy with a super solid chin. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's classic veteran vs up-and-coming star. star type scenario. Liam Williams in the amateurs, didn't do bad. He was Welsh champion, he beat Lerone Sniper Richards, in the amateurs. It's always interesting to look at the amateur rockers. They're never full on box track, but they're always interesting. But so they've got 18 fights for him with a few KOs, but probably more. He's called the Machine, Liam the Machine Williams, allegedly. I never knew his nickname. As a pro, he seems long in the tooth, but he's actually only 31. But if you have hard fights at 31, he drew a Tambu, but although that was on a technical decision, because there was a clash of heads, so that's meaningless. He lost a 9 to Liam Smith for the interim world title. He had a bad cut. That's a cut, though, that stoppage. He had a rematch loss on a majority decision, although most people think Smith should have won it. He's fought at world level, albeit the touch of the world level. Before he actually fought Liam Smith, his best one was Ronnie Heffron, who was a prospect. He stopped him in 6 rounds. Apart from that, he stopped his brother Mark Heffron, the Heffron brothers, who was unbeaten at the time as well. Later on in 2018, in the 10th round, that was a good fight. I remember that. Heffron brothers are allegedly from Manchester. They're allegedly, from quite a serious family. That's all I can say. Who else? Alantes Fox, who's a kind of, a sort of gatekeeper for the world class. Stopped him in 5. And then he fought to Demetrius Andrade, who was a decent, world-class fighter, and he lost on points. He got dropped in round 2. I mean, at this stage, people thought, Williams got a chance because he's got the right sort of aggressive style and he's got the momentum. But I never believed he had a chance. And then comes the Eubank fight, and this is when things started to go a bit wrong. He lost, but crazy scores at 108, 116, 109, 116, 109, 107, 17. So he won a few rounds, but he got dropped 4 times in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 11th round. That's not good for a guy who's considered to be tough. Everyone can have an off night. Who knows? Maybe he had the jibber jabber and it damaged him, or maybe he had some flu. I don't know. And he's banged out a couple of guys who are nobodies since. But if you're going to fight journeymen, and one of them had a reasonable record, get them out early in style. So he's still he's a still dangerous man. He can punch. 25 wins, 20 by weight off KO, so that's a decent knockout percentage. Like I said, he hasn't been. He's been stopped once on cuts, but he has been dropped at least 5 times and 4 times by Eubank Jr. Eubank Jr. can punch, so it's not that embarrassing, but it's not great for a tough man, a tough Welsh guy. Yeah. So and Williams he's got that punch. And he's given away a lot of height here. Like I said, it's 5 inches or 6 inches of height. I mean, he looks like a midget next to him. I can't believe they're in the same class. Middleweight. Hamza's a huge middleweight. I quite like the kid. He seems likeable. He dresses well. I think he done Versace. And like I said, Fish Eyes and Hearn, British promoters, they love an Asian prospect because they sell a lot of tickets. The Asians, as I said before, were not interested in boxing until Nazim Hamed, the Yemeni Hamed, came, and then they started to get into it. And the Asian population is quite big now in the UK. It's bigger than the black population, yeah? So, they didn't buy tickets. They got right behind Amir Khan, Amir Khan, sold a lot of tickets to the Asian community. So, Fish Eyes is rubbing his eyes, merchant style, at the paydays he may get for sheet eyes. And let's look at Hamza. Let's see what Hamza's done. Hamza Sheeraz. So I was surprised, actually. I went to look at his amateur. He didn't seem to. I don't know how many amateur contests he's had. Like I said, box track is not full. It only marks 1 against Mark Dickinson, who's a good fighter. He lost on unanimous. I thought he would have had more. I honestly thought I must be confusing with Azim. I often confuse those two. But I thought he had a bigger amateur career. He's born in Slough. Slough is a pit, a hole. I had to work there, for secondment. And, blood clot. There's just nothing there. Nothing there. Dead. Horrible. They had John Betjeman, some poets are pathetic. I mean, people that think poetry is great, it's just lame. They're just things that rhyme and run to rhythm. Oh, it's amazing. No, it's not. It's whack. It's pathetic. Rapping is poetry if you want. He wanted bombs to come on Slough, and that was back in the 50s or something. So it's even worse now. Believe that. There's nothing there. The Slough, I went to my first Nando's though, because there's nothing there. And I was like, blood clot, this is awesome. I'd never had Nando's before. I couldn't believe how. I said, this company is going to make big. At the time, it weren't that big. It's not like now. And I actually looked into buying shares in Nando's, but it's actually a privately owned company. So, and it blew up. Sure, I was right. Hamza Sheeraz, he moved to Ilford anyway. That's where Nigel Benn used to come from. So we've already said he's 6'3" or 4", whatever he is. He must be 5 inches taller than Liam. He is unbeaten, 18 wins, 14 by way of KO. So he's got a very similar knockout percentage to Liam Williams, although obviously he's not lost thus far. Sheeraz, although he hasn't fought in world class. Yeah, his best win would be or should be Bradley Skeete, Bradley Super Skeete, the trainer of Francesca Hennessy. Although there's something weird there. He keeps on touching her. He's always got his arm around her. Yeah. He's quite a weird-looking guy. He looks like Bradley Skeete, right? He was a decent fighter, but a chin problem. But he looks like Teofimo Lopez, but stretched. Check it out, especially his nose. Check it out, I guarantee. And yeah, that should be his best win, she does. But he was losing that fight. And he banged Skeete over and banged him on the floor hard. Yeah, he should have been disqualified. The referee was the corrupt Steve Gray. And guess who the what's it called? Judges were the corrupt Howard Foster, the corrupt Ian John Lewis, IGL, and the corrupt Bob B.F. Williams. Imagine like them. That's the gruesome foursome, man. But anyway, Sheeraz was not disqualified. Obviously, he should have been. I mean, he whacked, I think, more than once Skeete, and they were proper full-blooded shots. And he's like, oh, I'll give him a warning, take a point away. That's just nonsense. He basically knocked someone out. Oh, but we won't punish him, we'll take a point away. Skeete retired in disgust, and deservedly so. But like I said, he's become a trainer. But although he's very creepy with that friend Hennessy, touching her hair, stroking her face. And the other way, he's interviewed the other day. He's always puts his arm around her. He can't keep his hands off her. I don't know if there's something going on. Skeete's like 36, and Hennessy's like 18. It's a bit noncy. And Bradley Skeete then he was asked some questions. He goes, oh, she makes me really happy. That's a bit odd. She makes me really happy. That's what you say to your parents. When they say about your girlfriend, oh, I don't know, she's a bit, or like I would have had it a few times when some posh girl going out posh girl, I don't know, he's a bit naughty and he's a bit. I don't know, is he right for you? He makes me happy. That's what you say, yeah? That's what a girl says to her parents or something when she's in love with a man. And the parents are like, I'm not sure he's the right guy. And they go, oh, but he makes me so happy. Yeah, and that's what Bradley Skeete said about Fran Hennessy. She makes me happy. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. Very creepy. Yeah? But anyway, so Bradley Skeete is Sheeraz's biggest win. But, it's not really a win. He should have been disqualified. He banged him on the floor and he was losing on points. And I put money on Skeete for that. Apart from that, who else he got? I mean, looking up and down. Rod Douglas Jr. I didn't even know Rod Douglas was fighting. I do know retrospectively, but he's a stiff. I remember his dad. He obviously, unfortunately, got a brain injury for Harold Graham, of all people. Apart from that, there's no one really of any notice. Bradley Skeete, a guy called Ezekiel Gurria, who had a decent, for the European WBO title, whatever that means, a decent record stop. But there isn't River Wilson Bent. Yeah, River Wilson Bent is that okay at his level. He's not a big puncher. He's like an area level guy, really. If you're honest, maybe English title level guy, and he got stopped in 2 rounds. And the last fight was a guy called Dmitry Mitrofanov, who was unbeaten, 13 wins and 1 draw, and it looked good on paper. And then he saw this guy walk in the ring, and he was disgusting, untrained, fat, and it was just like, this is a joke. So he got banged into round. So what we're saying here is this: Sheeraz has not actually got any good wins on his record. He just hasn't, especially not at British title level. At area level, you could say River Bend, yeah, no problem. Jez Smith, area level type fighter. Skeete would be the best win, but as I said, that's not a win. You should have been disqualified, and you were losing on points anyway. So, and Paul Keane is another one of those. So you notice these guys he's been fighting, Sheeraz, who are vaguely threatening, like have a decent record, like Paul Keane, 70 wins, 3 losses. He fought him. Sorry, what was the title Paul Keane fought for? The WBO Super Welter, which is a duff title anyway, you know. But Paul Keane had 70 wins with only 2 KOs. So the guys that he did beat at an area type level, you know, just couldn't punch. Ryan Kelly, 18 wins, 8 KOs. None of these, Paul Keane couldn't punch. River Wilson Bent couldn't punch. So you wonder, can he take a shot? Now, there is a thing, right? Tall guys, there's often them tall, lanky guys, you think they're going to get caught with a roundhouse shot at some stage and put over. And that happens a lot, you know. There are very few tall, slim guys that can really take a shot. And there's that thing in it. It's a bit of a cliche, but even Danny Garcia's father, Danny Garcia Sr., said, you know, Asian guys from Pakistan and India can't take a punch. You know, I said, well, I don't know. My man Prince Patel can take a punch. He's from India, but Amir Khan got flatlined, didn't he? He was known for being chinny. You know, you remember the Bradley Prescott? I don't think I would laugh so much. He'd been so hyped at the time. His mother, it's a bit sad. Well, no, it's not sad. I laughed. And all his family, because the family all around there making too much noise, and his mother started crying and passed out. I'm sorry, that's a bit cruel, but you know, it was quite funny. Uzi Ahmed. Uzi got ironed out by whatever his name was, Ashley Sexton, and you know, so there is this thing. I've had a few fights in the streets with Asian guys. About 3, I actually ironed them out. So, from personal perspective, people do say that they're a bit chinny, and also he's very tall. And he's been protected. His chin has been protected by fish eyes, by not having fought a single dangerous guy with a puncher. But Williams is a dangerous puncher. So the question is this. Has Williams got a chance? Because he looked whack against Eubank. But apart from that, and I would say yes. He can punch. Yeah. Sheeraz has all the advantages in height, reach, youth. The punching power, I would probably suggest Hamza edges him a bit in punching power, but Williams has a similar record when it comes to knocking people out, like an 80% KO record if you're looking just at the wins. So, you know, and him can punch. So actually, I think this is a good fight. Williams is a significant underdog. You get 4-1 on Williams just for the win. I managed to get 7-1 on a boosted bet for, I think it was at Sky, for a Liam Williams by knockout, I think. I put a $5 on that, right? There is a possibility that an aggressive up-for-it Williams can catch Sheeraz with his roundhouse shots, coming underneath the taller fighter, catch him with the roundhouse shots, hooks, to the chin, and if Hamza's chin is a little suspect, then he's going to get hurt and it will go over. So that's a possibility. It's not out of all possibility. On the other hand, Hamza is a favourite. It's like you get 1.57. That's just a bit less than 2-1 on, which isn't great for Hamza on KO. I think that's also weird. I think what's his name? Hamza has knocked out someone of his last 12 opponents or 14 opponents or something. So he's a dangerous puncher. He's grown into his, at his age, he's grown into his strength and his power. I give him the edge and power. But yeah, so he's got, I don't know, was the question is the Chris Eubank fight, when Williams got dropped so often, an anomaly? Is it an anomaly? Was it, or has his chin been cracked a little? That'll be that's an interesting question. So, if I had to bet my life on it, I'm going for the Sheeraz win, a late stoppage. But Liam Williams certainly has a chance. He's worth throwing a $5 on, maybe by KO, just to make the fight interesting. It's possibly that like I said, it's loopy. If Sheeraz's chin is dodgy, and Williams is on form, in great shape, focused, then he has a chance. He has a chance, Williams. Like I say, good fight. I'm going for Sheeraz later round stoppage. You know, maybe 9, 10, that kind of thing. And after, hopefully it's a good fight. I mean, it could be one of those ones where Williams is just shot and Sheeraz takes him to school and batters him. That's not impossible, but I don't think so, because Williams is only 31. Yeah, he's had tough fights, but he's only had like this is the 30th fight. It's not sorry, it's 31st fight as a pro. You know, he has tough fights, show, but he can punch. He's 31, so he has a chance. But I see Sheeraz coming through a couple of nice, a couple of what do you call it, exciting rounds, and then eventually stopping Williams. But yeah, looking forward to it. Peace in the Middle East.